States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our country is of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountain side, let freedom ring. And it's locked?
I don't know if I just unlocked, but yes, it was locked. It was not locked the first time I came in, but it was locked just now.
As we all be here today, let us be thankful that we can. And remind you, drive safely when you go home. But the other thing is, it's so important now for us to have peace in this world. And I do hope that it comes about very, very soon. Amen.
Oh, yes. Secretary's report. Today we have 11 Rotarians, 1 distinguished guest. Of all people, Murray, would you please do the brief introduction of our guest and speaker?
Yes, President Craig, we have Peter Noonan here today. Peter will be our speaker. We'll get to meet him a little bit from that.
Great, thank you very much.
Great. Is anybody happy? You'd like to send right to kick off the fines and happy dollars?
I'm going to pay $20 happy dollars, but there'll probably be more coming in the future. I just want to bring everybody up to date on what happened to my wife. She, Saturday morning, around 7:45, I came downstairs, had a shower, all that stuff. And she was sitting at her computer, and she had a real funny look on her face. And I said, "Are you all right?" And she couldn't answer me. So I went over and I patted her on the cheek. "Are you okay? Talk to me." And she couldn't talk to me. And then she tried to talk to me, and the left side of her mouth went up, but not the right side. And being a dentist, I noticed that right away because I look at mouths all the time. And I said, "Can you raise your right arm?" And she couldn't. "Can you raise your left arm?" And she could do that. So got her to 911, got her to Emerson Hospital, and lickety-split, they did a CAT scan on her and got a clot-busting drug into her. And then sent her down to Mass General because they thought they were going to have to do other procedures to get rid of the clot. And the clot was in her brain. Fortunately, the clot-busting drug took effect by the time she got to Mass General, which was wonderful. By the way, I got to ride in the ambulance, the front seat of the ambulance, flying down Route 2, almost as fast as I go in my BMW.
Did they let you play with the lights and siren?
And of course, we get down to Fresh Pond area, and beyond there, we ran into the head of the Charles. Like gridlock down there. Well, this ambulance driver has been driving an ambulance for 14 years, and she's unbelievable. And she cut through that gridlock like a hot knife through butter. I mean, she just made over, I don't know where the cars went to open up the space for her, because there's not a lot of room down there. We got through all that and got her over to Mass General. So she couldn't talk for a couple of days, and we were afraid she was not going to be able to. But the neurosurgeon that we talked to said, just give her time. You got help to her very quickly after she came down with it. And he says that she should get some of her speech back. Well, now she's talking normally, pretty much, but not with very much strength in her voice. But she's telling me what to do. Trying to control things from MDH. Today she's got a procedure done to unblock her carotid artery on the left to prevent future strokes, at least from that source. So, so far so good. Her next step is going to be, after this, is going to be rehab for a while, I guess, until she can get her strength back. But I want to thank everybody in the Rotary Club for your kind thoughts and prayers. It was very well received. Thank you.
Thank you.
So when he sent out that ambulance, just saying that I was going into the north end. Do you know where Washington Street is? They're doing the bridge construction.
Yeah.
God bless the drivers of the ambulances. This poor man was stuck trying to get through. They have one lane blocked and only two lanes going through. I don't know why they don't run the light, like have something like that can make the light go so that they can go through. I'm like, if somebody's really having troubles in this ambulance, they're not gonna make it trying to get through those streets. It's crazy.
Most ambulances can.
Control light. I don't know.
Yeah, you can
They
control
weren't
the lights
moving,
usually.
Nobody was moving. And they're doing construction there, the reason where the bridge is over there, so it's like crazy.
That's why they have the
Street
flashing
lights,
lights.
If somebody's really in trouble about that, you know, trying to get through.
That's amazing.
Crazy, so.
Thank God they got those controls.
Well, we wish you the best, Dan. Thank you so much for the update.
Let's see, I got $20 happy from Dave Seekman. He wanted to reach out and say hi to everyone. He's buying a raffle ticket, so he said hi to everyone, and he's doing well. And then, I think we still do this, my wife got a new car, so technically it's not my car, and I haven't driven it yet, so I'll only use $5, but she got a Q8 over the weekend, and had to sit there for about 2.5 hours to try and learn the technology. Maybe.
Very good,
I don't know
very,
if I
very
can afford it
good.
after the Q8.
I'm gonna get $20 happy because tomorrow's Halloween and it's also my birthday.
Yay, happy birthday.
Yeah, you're gonna go.
Would you build on it?
$20.
How old are you gonna be?
That's a very
A scary age.
29.
Very personal question.
39, right?
Again.
How old, come on.
Or you?
Dan, why do you have to ask embarrassing questions?
Same age as Frank. We're both born October the same year, right?
What year is it?
A very good year.
1989.
It was in the last century.
Yeah.
Anyone else for $5 happy?
Miss Megan, I have some happy dollars.
All right, we'll wait for you.
I wanted to say thank you to the club. Once again this year, the club has donated to my 60-mile 3-day walk. I have completed 2 this year, and I will be doing one the 17th, 18th, and 19th. So I want to say thank you to the club, and they gave me a very generous donation again this year.
Thank you, Lori, for all your
Are
hard work.
we billing you for that?
Oh, no, I have money.
All right, well, we will move on to a few of our announcements. Just talk a little bit about our calendar, what we have coming up. So our next event is Saturday, November 11th, and it's the Veterans Day Breakfast. So that's going to be at the Knights of Columbus, so we all need to be there about 8, a little bit before 8 a.m. So everybody who can participate, would love to see you there. White shirt, black pants.
Do we have the apron somewhere?
I have the apron. Yeah, and I will bring them. And Laura, you are good for picking up
These are the happy dogs.
the supplies for the,
I have them at home.
Okay.
I'm going to coordinate with you to drop them to you.
okay.
I mean, I can get there probably early with the supplies, but yeah, they're all set. They asked for cups this year, which is new.
Yeah.
So we got the plates, the cups, and the cutlery and napkin combo.
Yeah.
And all of it, including 280 cups, which we didn't buy last year, was half the price we paid last year. So I just happened apparently to hit a sale.
Great, good job.
That's just my tickets, yeah.
Do you want to do my Christmas shopping? Do you think?
Oh, I'm really good. I'm really good.
I wonder if it's even possible to drop it off with you upstairs, so it's there.
With what?
With
The
stuff.
paper products, they're in a pretty big box, it's 280 cups.
You can drop them off anytime.
All right, anyways, so, okay, we hope to see everybody there at Veterans Breakfast. The next thing that we have is the same week, so we have a big week this coming up week in November. So that's Saturday, then Thursday, November 16th, we have the joint meeting here.
Excuse us.
Let them finish.
Hi, finances.
I'll have a little coffee now.
There's all kinds of hands over here. I think there must be a gambling ring or something.
There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, when my other job, I worked once.
What else? What's
They're still only picking on ones, huh?
It depends on how good you are.
There was some fives and fours.
All right, moving on. Joint meeting with Concord. Our annual Thanksgiving football day meeting is Thursday, November 16th. It's here at noon. It should be very good. Concord's throwing it. We're just providing the space.
Megan, did we let the school superintendent and stuff know here, the principal?
Anita let them
know, okay.
Yeah. And you're gonna get numbers for me, attendees for that? Who's gonna get my numbers?
I think Sharon.
But who's contacting the Lexington schools, let us know how many players and coaches and all of those people are coming.
I don't know.
Okay.
It used to be,
Cleve, right?
Is anybody contacting?
Oh, yeah.
but Naomi, I mean, used to.
Just somebody who's gonna contact me on these.
Volunteer Cleve, he's not here.
I'm volunteering Cleve. I'll email him after this. So what do we need to find out?
The number attending, and we need a roster because they need to get in through the security.
Yeah,
So, you know, who's coming.
So what school dignitaries, what students, cheerleaders, whoever they're bringing, since Concord's paying, we don't care.
Everybody that's attending, basically just tell them we need to meet with every single person attending.
Okay.
And then it will give you a number of the names.
All right. All right, so we'll work on that, and I'll probably just remind Sharon that we need that from Concord. All right, thank you guys.
And we're doing a board meeting before that?
And we're doing a board meeting before that.
Yeah.
Long day here in Atlanta. All right, but it should be good. And then the next day, the very next day is the cash raffle, which is going to be at the Lexington Golf Club, right?
Yep.
At 6:30.
Yep.
And on that note, Vice President Michelle, would you like to talk about the cash raffle and the tickets and all the rest of it?
So we're doing well with the tickets. They're almost gone, so
Wow.
less stress this year. We're still looking for raffle items. If anybody has, who wants to donate anything, we're just gonna do a bucket raffle to try to offset the food cost or anything that we can, so that's it. But the ticket sales are going well.
Excellent, that is good to hear.
Yes.
Frank, would you like to give us a Sam for Seniors update?
Sure. Once again, we'll be doing the Sand for Seniors bucket deliveries the first weekend of December, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The town is organizing a list of people who will be receiving buckets. I'll get a head count for Thanksgiving, and I'll give you another update then.
All right, sounds good. With that, Marty, would you like to introduce our speaker?
Sure. Thank you, President Megan. I'll just put Peter on here. This is the way we do it these days, I guess. So I'd like to welcome Peter Noonan. Peter is up from Rockport Way. He's with us. And I just asked him if we were acting silly and finding each other, not really, having a lot of fun. If he's familiar with Rotary, and he said, yeah, he's been to a number of them, and he smiled. So he's getting a kick out of what we've been doing. So I want to commend you on running a nice, fun meeting. President Megan. Nothing to it. Peter is going to speak on supportive living. And they have a supportive living, Lexington supportive living here in SLI in Lexington, of which he is the head. He became executive director after doing such a great job. They just decided, why don't you just head it up? And they're very lucky because Peter has fantastic executive skills, apparently, because he has done so much with a number of organizations, and he's always just seems to keep on making them very successful. So here's to you on that, Peter. And he's going to speak on neuromotor. In other words, supportive living is for those people who have suffered neurological damage, and it's on the neuromotor side. And I guess you're going to speak about some of that and maybe anything else related to the neural system. And I just want to welcome you and thank you for coming down and seeing us.
Stand right here.
Sure.
Whatever you like. Well, timing's pretty good with your wife. My name's Peter Noonan. I'm head of supported living. We're in the brain injury business, basically. We run 4 residential programs for people who survive serious traumatic brain injury, serious stroke, aneurysm, brain tumor, whatever type of acquired brain injury has rendered them disabled to the point where they need 24/7 care. What happens in our world often is if someone is disabled at a young age, they have minimum assets, at another age where they have assets, the cost of care depletes those assets, and they end up on the dole. Majority are in mass health run nursing homes. The group that founded us was mom and dad who had a son who had a car accident. The same thing happened. They figured out a way to use affordable housing dollars from HUD and state agencies, match it with mass health, and provide a living solution with support services for people that really needed it, which was much better than a nursing home or Tewksbury State Hospital, which were the options. And that's really how the organization got going. We've got a facility in Woburn, Warren-House, one in North Reading. Lexington is Douglas House, and Rockport. Douglas House, most of you know, we bought from Bob and Judy in 2004. Amazing, 19 years ago. Took about 4 years to get everything up and running, but the town, we got it started in 2008, 15 years ago this month. The Rotary has been with us through thick and thin. I've presented to them a number of times. Actually, they still have on their website, I noticed a presentation of ours from 2016. I read it. I said, all right, that's all.
Still there?
Yeah, it's still there.
I'll have to take that down.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have to do anything. I looked at it and said, all right, I'll remember this. See who remembers what. I can see Jack Malone. I can see him sitting there wanting to go out and have a cigar. But, I forget the restaurant. But, anyway.
Waxy O'Connor.
Yes, Waxfield County. So, the Douglas House residential program has been a home run. 15 years, the town's been wonderful, the residents really love it. Just accolades to everybody for accepting it. 10 years ago, we opened the Neuro Wellness Center, and that was based on a premise from a number of academic and clinical people that it provided long-term therapies. People with brain injury could continue to improve function, sometimes for as long as we didn't know yet. It's called plasticity. We were just learning that the brain can improve. So we started a little project in 2012. We had 6 residents with a physical therapist from Mass College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, put them through a 16-week rigorous 2 to 3 day a week, 1 hour per session exercise program. And surprisingly, people improved function. That pilot study grew to a second, which grew to a third, which had us bring in residents from our other facilities, and some people in Lexington heard about it, asked if they could attend. Some folks with Parkinson's contacted us and said, hey, can we attend? And next thing we knew, it was growing at a rather rapid pace. Fast forward, we started with 4 interns with Mass College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences that semester and 8 residents. Today we're serving about 140 people a week. We're at the YMCA's in Marblehead, Gloucester, Beverly, Andover, opening in Marlborough, talking with Spalding for Cambridge next year. And we now have 3 gyms in the Lexington facility. We did the lower level of the historic house out front, and we've got 2 gyms now downstairs. And we just graduated our 400th intern. We've become really an educational entity, and as such, realizing how much our academic partnerships and role as an educator has become, we just formed the Neuro Wellness Institute. And the Institute is a consortium of the 10 area colleges that we work with on a regular basis. We provide students and do research on the benefit of long-term interventions. And at the end of the day, all we do is see continued proof that for many people, not all, but for many people who've been inflicted with some sort of neurological disorder, starting with TBI, second with stroke, third now with Parkinson's, the amount of prevention and reduction in cognitive abilities, physical abilities is just static. I mean, people can hold their abilities if they're working out under specific regimens, especially with Parkinson's disease. Stroke, the upside, unknown, depends on the damage. There's so much people can do that normally they have never done. You go to PT, you're there for 90 days, you go home, you do nothing. And that's basically what happens 99% of the time. Now, physical therapists know us. They say, hey, I've got Sally, Bill, we're finishing up. You want to pick them up? They talk to our clinicians. They pick them up and they keep them going. People we've got are with us now 10 years. It's amazing. And if something happens to them along the way, we've got a communication network with the therapist where we send them back, either regroup, and then bring them back to us so we don't see a steady decline in ability. What we're starting now is a program called Exercise is Medicine. We're doing it under the Institute canopy, and it's a partnership with the American College of Sports Medicine. Exercise is medicine is a concept where we go out and train neurologists. We go out and train physicians on the importance of therapeutic exercise. Not PT, not OT, long-term therapeutic exercise. And we get them to prescribe it because of the benefits that it's proven. And many in the medical community, like it or not, are not prescribing fitness. It's never been in their protocol, so we're doing an educational program. We've now created a certification where our trainers have studied brain injury, they've studied stroke, they know blood, they know behavior, so they understand when the person comes to us, okay, it's not just a standard person, we've got some protocols we have to have in place before we get them on a treadmill, before we get them doing whatever activity it might, because safety is number one. The nice thing about this model is you now have neurologists, primary care, PTOT, community care. It really is a continuum. We're all communicating. So this person who's now in our system, we've got them covered. And that doesn't happen in the healthcare system as much as it should. And that's where our consortium, where we've got the academics, the clinicians, community partners being places like the YMCA who provide, what we do is we lease medical equipment, put it on their floor in their gym, and then bring our people in and allow them to work out right smack in the middle of the Y with everybody else. So it looks like they're just part of the community. But it has created a continuum of care that frankly we never planned, but it's working. That's my update. That's the neuromotor skill. We finally beat up the basement in Lexington. It needed renovations. Fortunately, we were able to raise enough money between a grant from the Dana Home Foundation in February, right through, we just got one from Amelia Peabody for 25. So we're going in and renovating the whole lower level when we shut down between December 8th and January 5th. It's going to be busy. So that's good news. I will pitch. We're still raising another $15,000 to get new equipment, upgrade equipment. And we're doing our year-end fundraising in Lexington. We'll be around that. Bottom line, Lexington's been great. We had an event last week, just an awareness event where 80% of the people who were there came up to me and said, "I'd never heard of you." And I said, "That's why we're having an awareness event, because nobody really does know." But in the clinical world, the Neuro Wellness and Ed Center in Lexington is becoming well known. We've got 10 years of evidence on what an appropriate exercise routine does to somebody with a neurological disorder. It's amazing. So, good luck. I know you're living. Where is she, rehab, going to?
She has, they haven't gotten her to a rehab yet. She's still at MGH. It'll be a few days before she gets it.
Yeah, the medication, I mean, then they get it one right place, you know what I'm saying?
Thank God we live less than a mile from them.
Yep.
So things couldn't
That's a
have,
great
couldn't have
stroke.
fallen into place better. Good thing I was home,
Yeah.
you know, because with a stroke, you have 3 or 4 hours window of opportunity to reverse it, and it's,
We have kids who were 25 and they had a stroke, no one was around. It doesn't just happen to,
how old you are.
So how do people, who have family members or friends that are in the situation that isn't working, or they just have a procedure, they go to rehab and they go home and just everything falls to whatever?
what happens?
I mean, so how do you get people, how do you get people into your system?
For the most part, it's a small world. So the world of traumatic brain injury, there are networks. Stroke's a little bit broader, but once you're with MGB or Spalding or doing a rehab, any of them, the brain injury world is small. So it's a referral network.
So they'll refer you to.
Yeah, if it's Parkinson's disease, almost every town now has a Parkinson's support group. Lexington has actually a very large Parkinson's support group.
And do you need to have, if you are just on Mass Health, can you be a part of it, or do you need to have one?
No, I should have pointed that out. No, we started, we provide scholarships to, there is no reimbursement, A. Today, you might be able to pick up some, once we're classified as a health club, there may be a little bit from the insurance companies that reimburse. We charge $25 per session, and probably 40% of the people who attend or receive some level of scholarship. Most of the people we serve are low, very low, or extremely low income.
And even getting into the residential facilities, it can be going.
You have to be. You actually have to be, because it's affordable housing. You have to qualify for affordable housing,
Okay.
and you have to qualify for Mass Health. So our primary population has always been low income. We've only seen the growth as we've gone into the community, and where we see stroke and Parkinson's on the rise everywhere. We have waiting lists every community we're in, people with stroke and Parkinson's. It's simple, the numbers are there. We're aging, and our bodies aren't, our brains are not lasting as long as our bodies anymore.
Peter, how many physicians are taking a proactive role in something like this? What bothers, I think, a lot of people is the fact that medicine is medicine, and they get the patient treated. Barbara's been treated now, and is undergoing some work. And a lot of people, they just drop by the wayside afterwards. And is it that the medical community is just too dependent upon other people picking these people up and going on with treatment? Or should they be more proactive and make sure that it actually becomes a part of their programs?
And the one they get paid for.
Yeah, that's a big problem with them.
It's a huge problem.
It's a big problem, I think.
You leave acute rehab today, Spalding, no matter where it is, you leave acute rehab, their job is to get you out the doors, not to keep you from coming back in. It's the whole problem with our health system. Is what are we doing out in the community to keep people healthy and not being readmitted? So it is education.
So those countries with socialized medicine, not that we want it here, but with those countries that are practicing socialized medicine, are they getting better long-term care for people with?
Hands down. Absolutely. We're fighting, in 4 years we're going to apply to Medicare to have therapeutic exercise given a rider, basically, to make it become a reimbursable therapy.
Yeah.
Switzerland, Sweden, Australia, those are 3 that I know reimburse for exercise, specific exercise, but keeps a person's health at a higher level in the community. And we can only do it, we use interns because they're free.
Yeah.
But now, our colleges, we've got, next year I bet we have 150 interns during the year, 50 interns per semester. And the schools are enjoying it because their kids normally don't get to go work with somebody one-on-one who's gone through this. It's a pretty dramatic, for the students, they learn about life. I'm sorry, I digress.
No, that's okay. I just was going to say, you're talking about prevention, people not returning. That is a lot less expensive than having people come back into the hospital. In other words, we should have these systems. It would be a lot less expensive than what we're running into. We can't even pay our medical bills now. A lot of places can't make any, they're losing.
And the answer to address that, what we need to do is have Medicare, CMS basically has to say, all right, these are how we want you to prove to us you're saving us money. Because when you're doing preventive medicine, it's kind of hard. You have to just assume that this will happen, this will happen, this will happen. And you have to show numbers.
It's where statistics come in, yeah.
So for us, if we have 500 people we're helping, that's an N of 500. And that's a pretty good number. So if we can actually treat 500 people who've had a stroke in the greater Boston area for 3 years, that's good data. And that's where we're heading. That's what this whole institute concept is about, is let's pool resources.
Are there a lot of other centers in the country doing the same?
Not like ours. You do find them in an academic situation. So if it's Stanford, or where you've got an academic institution associated with a teaching hospital and a rehab facility. So there's about 10. Craig, Shepherd, Spalding. They do some level of community health. But ours is, you join it, it's their gym. You're here for as long as you can come. And that's where you really see the benefit, is the ongoing activities.
Thank you so much, Peter.
You're welcome. Thank you. Good to see you.
So in honor of your visit here, the Rotary Club of Lexington has donated enough to inoculate.
Follow her, won't you?
To vaccinate 40 children from polio.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Hang on one second. Hold close to me. Excellent. Look this way with me. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Good help.
All right. Oh, we didn't do these yet. So we have
Okay.
2 raffles to do.
All right. Donated by Lexington Rotary, Lexington High School, Victory Financial, and Alex. Blue tickets. Last 3 numbers. 136. 136. 136.
Hold on one.
That's next week. I meant 872. Choose 1 to 4.
Or 2, or 3.
We'll put them in the bags.
That hard? Not this week.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next number, 019.
019, Dan.
This way.
Okay, thank you.
I trust you. There's so many people who are all, everybody's going to get a prize.
Next number. That's a bag.
That's a bag.
Like a bag. 875.
Jim.
875. And last number, 874. 874? 874. All right. Happy cooking.
Another one.
Thank you. All right. Shall we move right on to the 50/50?
I'm impressed.
Yes, that'd be great.
Okay.
And now for the 50/50.
Pink tickets. The price today is $25, which seems to be pretty consistent nowadays. Let's see. 870. Not me? Yeah, it is. All right. Dan, would you like this?
And
Jim is donating
he's
to
donating it back to the
No,
club.
my old man says when I go out.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for coming. This meeting is adjourned.
Peter, have you done like me?
Remain standing for the playing of our national anthem by our fabulous Lexington High School band under the direction of Justin Aramati and Garrett Wallace. Remain standing, please, for the invocation by Father Burke.
Thank you.